So I'll read some of Shamanic Journey now. It's 3 in the morning and I have just woken up from another dream about nuclear war. I have been having them my whole life, but they are coming more frequently now. As my eyes open, I can still see the fire reaching into the sky as the world burns. In my memory, the yellow mushrooms reach high up into the atmosphere, then black clouds spread out, blocking the sun. As I watch the vision replay in my mind, I know millions of people would have died, and it fills me with sadness. My spirit guide came to me at the end of the vision and told me that he would continue to train me in preparation for life after the war. He told me that I am a prophet of the universe and my destiny is to lead my city into a glorious new age. He predicts that millions of refugees will come to Australia after the war and my community of Newcastle will become the capital of the new world. He has told me that I am the shaman of the city and that people will come to me for spiritual guidance. He explains that I am in touch with the cosmos and will come to be revered as a great wizard. In my mind I can see him. He is a middle-aged Asian man with a shaved head. He wears long blue robes and white trimmings and holds a bow staff. His name is Bodai and he is a kung fu master. He frequently takes possession of my body and instructs me in the martial art. Bodai wants me to be trained for conflict. He has said that life will be violent after the war. I think about his warnings every day. I am scared that the war will happen soon. He has told me I have a mission to complete. He said I must prepare this city for what is to come. As I let go of the thoughts, the vision of my guide fades and I hear chimes ringing. The sound is resonating from my stereo's old speakers. I put the recording on repeat every night before I go to sleep. The chimes help me remain calm and at peace. As I look out from under my sheets, my gaze lands on the altar I have been building over the last few months. It is a magical table covered in leaves, twigs and random trinkets I found around the city. Crystals and stones rest on the desk and a deck of tarot cards lay scattered across its surface. Candle wax hangs melted over the sides, reaching down to the carpet. Atop the table rests a log which is also covered in melted candles and stones. On top of that are dozens of burnt out incense sticks and more leaves and twigs. The altar is a spiritual artwork that I use for conducting rituals and casting spells. I often invite homeless people into my apartment and take photos of them sitting at the altar. I believe that this act imbues the table with the spirit of charity and goodwill. Looking past the altar, I see my chalk pastel pictures sitting on top of the lounge chair. They are images of alien embryos growing in eggs. When I draw the creatures, I imagine their species. I tell people that they are intelligent plants going through their Stone Age period. Several of the pictures rest on the chair. They are bright with vivid colours. I painted them when I was in the psychiatric ward a few months ago. The nurses and doctors all said they really liked them. I smile as I stare at the pictures and dream of selling them for millions of dollars. Turning my head away from the pictures, I pull my sheets off and step out of my bed. I decide I will go for a long walk around the foreshore and beach. I do this most mornings before the sun rises. I find it relaxing. It is my meditation. On my walks I listen to music and soundscapes and contemplate life. Moving away from the bed, I reach down to the table where my stereo sits and switch the sound off. I grab my headphones and I connect them to my phone and place them on my head. After that, I access the YouTube app and search for Tibetan monks chanting. The video comes up immediately. I hit play, then the sound engulfs me. I am immediately in awe of the deep resonating tones of the men chanting. Om, 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 sing the monks. Behind them I hear metal bells ringing and other mystical sounds. I suddenly feel as if I am hypnotized as I enter a trance state. Reaching down to the table again, I pick up my cigarette packet and look inside. There are 10 smokes and 2 joints I rolled last night before bed. I put the packet in my pocket, then walk towards the door. Before I exit the room, I reach down to the ground and grab a bucket of chalk that sits there. Smiling, I head out the door, leaving my apartment and making my way down the staircase of my block. As I come to the front of my building, I pull the cigarette packet back out of my pocket and put one of the joints in my mouth. Then I walk out onto the dark city street and light it up. Breathing in, I feel a sudden relief as the drug enters my body and my trance state deepens. Om, 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 sing the monks as I take another puff and begin my journey towards the beach. As I continue smoking the joint, I am smiling and I feel relaxed. The dark of night is peaceful, only broken by the dim street lights. Walking down the footpath, I see a crunched up soft drink can and a plastic chocolate bar wrapper on the ground. I reach down and pick them up, then walk a little further and place them in a nearby bin. I frequently pick up rubbish around the city. This is a gesture I make to my deity, Mother Nature, to show her that I love and respect her. I know she will protect me because I care for her well-being. I walk a little further and spot another piece of litter on the ground. Again, I pick it up, then go back to the bin and put it in before continuing towards the mall. As I turn the corner towards the mall, I see the old theatre which is being refurbished. Approaching the building, I remember the couple I saw there yesterday. They were standing out the front, kissing and laughing together. Passing the theatre, I ponder on people who think they are in love. What is love, I ask myself? Is it just an attachment we feel to someone who our instincts tell us is suitable to have children with? Do we even form emotional attachments, or is it all rooted in reproductive desires? As I ponder the question, I consider my romantic history. I have only been in love once. For the rest of my adult life, I have been alone. My feet continue moving as I ask myself if loneliness is why I believe love is rooted in physical attraction. Continuing to move forward, I ponder human relationships more. I know the idea of love drives people to make choices and take actions in the world. This is why I say that love is a metaphysical force in the universe. I know it is just chemicals in the brain, but love has a powerful impact on the universe. Outside the theatre, I stop and open up the bucket of chalk, pulling out a yellow stick. Crouching down to the ground, I write the word love on the footpath. Then I surround it with a heart. I smile as I look at the image I have made. Tonight I will write dozens of statements on the footpath. I have been doing this regularly for 2 years. I believe that by taking this action I am casting a spell over the city. I hope that people will see the words I write and think positive thoughts. I hope they will be inspired to fight for peace and love. In this way I am mind controlling people to think about politics and be radical actors. I stare at the statement for a moment longer. Then I put the chalk back in the bucket and keep walking. Yeah, so this was the thing I was doing. Yes, thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. So this was the thing I was doing at the time. I believed it was a spell I was casting over the city. So I would go around and I would write, and I still do this, I would write all these statements on the ground like love and peace and unity. And I believed that every person who saw those statements on the ground would start thinking about love and peace and unity, and then I would rewire their thinking by it's basically propaganda. By putting this positive propaganda everywhere, I was rewiring how everyone in the city thought, so that they would think positively and about love. So that was the spell that I was casting over the city as I was becoming a powerful wizard. So that's basically all I really wanted to say. There's a bit of my story and a bit about the works that I've written, and come and see me. I'll hang around until the end, and if anyone wants to buy a book, the short stories are 15 and the novel is 30. And thanks for having me come here and talk to you guys about my books. Thank you.
Yeah.
I realised going along Hamilton and Beaumont Street, I've seen your writings.
Yes.
On the all over, and
Yeah, that's right.
and for years.
That's right, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, and I could never put a face
Yeah, that's me.
or to the artwork.
Yeah.
And I know I studied at TAFE, and Michael Bell was my teacher for printmaking. And so when I saw your name, I'm thinking, is that Michael Bell's son, or is it to do with that, or who is this person? This is amazing. And so here, we've been listening to your incredible readings and memories and thoughts, and I'm completely in awe of and respect mystic.
Mm.
You're a real person who is and has accepted that perhaps something that a lot of people look at as being something that isn't right is actually more right than what that person probably thinks and feels, and that you've embraced that and that you support that. I personally, I have high respect for
Thank you.
in that, and it was an honour to hear you. I was just wondering if there's anybody here who has any questions for you. Yep.
Yes.
You.
How did you get into writing, and when did that start?
Well, first, I'm 38, and when I was in my 20s, I tried to write a book twice. I tried to write 2 books in my 20s, and that didn't go very far. And then later on in life, I came to be with reliability after I was in the psych ward. I was paired with the service. I was one of the first clients, and the owner, Michael, was asking me, what sort of creative pursuits do you want to go? Do you want support with? And I said, I would like to write my first book. I've always wanted to write a book. So he paired me with a man named Robert Burley, who was my first creative writing mentor from Reliability. Robert was an English teacher for most of his life, so he was very skilled in creative writing. Robert's died now. He died of old age. It was very sad. He died at 74. And he helped me write my first novel, Kings of the New Age. And I've had 2 more creative writing mentors through Reliability since then. So I'm just very focused now on building a professional career as a writer. So a lot of it's been because of the support from Reliability. So if you've got any questions about Reliability, ask Andrew. He works for them.